Kia ora, I'm Liz Riley from Manaaki, which is the mental health and wellbeing support within Canterbury Primary Schools.
Kia ora, my name's Sam McGibbon and I'm a child psychologist. I work with children and adolescents to support them when they've experienced sexual harm.
Kia ora, I'm Catherine Gallagher and I am the Clinical Practice Manager at a service in Otatahi called START, and we support children, youth and adults who have experienced sexual harm.
So shall we start with an explanation from you both around what is sexual abuse?
But that's such a good question, because I think if we say that question, all of us will go, oh yeah, I know what it is. And we'll probably all think of different things. And so also the words that we use. So some people say sexualised harm, some people say sexual abuse, some people say sexualised violence. And again, those things can make people think, well, what is it we're talking about here? I think when all is said and done, a very simple definition is when a child is sexualised by an adult or by someone who is stronger, more powerful than them, and they're put in positions where they aren't capable of giving consent in a free way. And of course, if any child is under 16 or young person is under 16, then the law says that they're not able to give consent. And when we think about definitions, I mean, obviously the law, there's different definitions. There's the law, there's moral definitions, there's religious definitions. There might also be your own family culture, because in some of our families it may well be that, you think that's bad, look at what happened to me. So there can be that whole, sense of what's serious versus what's not. And I think one of the difficulties with sexualised harm is that we tend to either really overreact to it, so the smallest of things can be blown up, and possibly they should be, or quite big behaviours or quite concerning behaviours can in some family systems or social systems be kind of downplayed as being kids will be kids. So our big sort of message for people is, if you're curious and if you're concerned and there's a flag, check it out. And that's where an agency like ours, and there are many others, around New Zealand, get on the phone, check it out, because 2 heads, 3 heads are better than one. And if you're struggling with that question of, is this sexual harm, is this sexualised abuse, then get some support around working out whether that's the case or not. Anything you'd add, Sam?
I was just going to talk about online sexual abuse.
Absolutely.
Just because it's becoming more and more prevalent, and perhaps something that our generation as parents might not think of so much, but certainly during all the lockdown periods that we had with COVID, it was a bit of a field day for potential child sex offenders with children on devices all throughout the day at home, not necessarily being monitored by their parents. So this is a way that children can be targeted by would-be sex offenders to then go on and offend either online or offline. So something to be mindful of as well.
And the online thing's interesting too, because it may not be, someone who is a predator. It may well be another teenager, or it may well be, there's a whole lot of challenges around sexting and people being requested and coerced into sending pictures of themselves. And so, it can be a real
Sextortion.
Yep. It can be a real minefield, and certainly we have cases where young people have got cornered into a situation where they've done something little, and then being really kind of provoked and feel trapped into doing other things, and then find it hard to get out of that situation where they're asked to do things or asking people to do things that can cause some concern as they feel trapped not to be able to kind of get themselves out of that situation. And I understand there's actually an upcoming Listening to Families series on this exact topic and on online safety, so that's fantastic, and families should link into that.
Great, thank you.